Hey, fans of the Monday Movie Club, I think this is our first ever documentary, is it? I think it
Probably.
might be. All right, well, this week Joel continued his Fantastic Four madness with Doomed, a documentary from 2015 that focuses on Roger Corman's 1994 version of Fantastic Four, which was completed but never released. Its whole full title is Doomed, the Untold Story of Roger Corman's The Fantastic Four.
That's a
I'm Daphne. With us, Joel, coming to us from a place where this movie would get a big round of applause,
the doc.
Comic Con in
No, I'm
Connecticut,
not at
right?
Comic Con.
Fantastic Con.
I'm not at
Fantastic.
Fantastic
No.
Con either.
Terrific
Terrificon.
Terrificon.
It's not
Con.
terrific, fantastic.
Aren't you glad you're spending your money, Con?
Ah,
I saw the pictures. That's worth it.
This is Connecticut's number one
Yeah.
best convention.
All
and
right, but
only.
at the same time, we're talking
Not
about
only,
Dune, which would, right? All the nerds probably love this movie.
yeah, probably.
Joel being head nerd this week. Mark Wotsitz-Gartner does not have a picture up this week. Goldfuck, no cringer. I
No.
thought you were moving to the other side to get him involved again.
I don't have my desk built yet.
Ay, ay, ay. Never ending saga. And Annie King looking at her phone.
Cringe is right here.
Not even bothered to acknowledge you.
Yeah,
Right?
right?
Can't you just pick Cringer up by the scruff of his neck and just,
Oh,
pump
sure.
Dangle, dangle, dangle.
dangle him?
Just
Annie King, are you booking a trip?
Yes.
She's
Annie,
on
we
a
love your
John.
lights. We love your
yeah,
ceiling light.
she's
Oh,
on a
thanks.
JetBlue brigade right now.
Yes. So now I'm working on. Oh, why do they need to know this? Let me
No,
know.
nobody needs to know.
Go ahead.
You thought you were just talking to us. No,
I know.
we are recording right now. All
But
right,
one
Joel,
fan might be interested.
why doomed? Why did we need to see this?
Why did we need to see this? Well, because we had not done a documentary yet. It's a
There are
documentary.
better documentaries.
There are better documentaries, but not about comic book movies necessarily.
Right.
Uh, and we don't need to put documentaries on the list, by the way.
Whoa.
Love documentaries.
Annie is putting her
Oh,
foot down.
and Joel is putting 10 documentaries on next
Yeah.
year. I'm preempting my
Well, I like the
Proper list.
idea that this is not just a documentary, it's a documentary about movies.
Yes,
So at least we're kind of in the genre.
yes. And
And
admittedly,
there are certainly other documentaries about movies.
oh yes, and there are better ones because they're more interesting. There is another documentary that I've been toying with over the last 2 years, and I will eventually get you to watch it because it is fascinating as to the madness of the making of that particular film. But I won't tell you what it is right now.
I would say it's Hearts of Darkness.
No, it's not Hearts of Darkness.
Oh,
Hearts
but
of
that's
Darkness is a great documentary that everybody
right.
should see anyway, but this one is about a much lesser film than Apocalypse Now and the madness that went on behind the scenes. So
All right, so doomed because it's
it's
Fantastic Four
Fantastic Four
related.
month, and I didn't really want to subject anybody to the 1994 film. And
Well, some of us got subjected anyway.
that's on you. I'm not taking the blame for that one. So
All right, so Doomed, the untold story of Roger Corman's Fantastic Four, is a documentary by one of Hollywood's strangest legends, the 1994 Fantastic Four film that was made so it would never be released. That is what it says on the interwebs, that worldwide thing. And this is what I wrote. A surprisingly detailed and even a little sad tale of a cast and crew who poured their hearts into what they believed would be their big break that just never happened. But at the end of the day, the film was created solely, here's the spoiler alert, solely to retain the rights with no intention of ever reaching an audience. That is a horrible, horrible thing. But it's something that Joel, right, Warren Beatty has done with Dick Tracy, right? He had to keep doing a thing with the character so he could keep the rights.
correct, and but
Why
they
he
don't
still
make
needs them,
use
I
of
don't
it or anything, and nobody else can do anything with it until he passes on.
kind of rude, right?
Oh, it's very rude, and I have a feeling that he'll those rights will probably go into the grave with him, and we will never
All
see Dick Tracy on film again.
right, so this documentary for me, it was just too long. Once you got the gist of it, it was a lot of talking heads. The production history was fascinating, but it just became repetitive to me. And yeah, it's a very bittersweet love letter to a very much gladly forgotten film. But a tribute to these people, I mean, and you do definitely feel sad for them because anybody you think, oh my God, I'm going to be in this big movie. It's the biggest budget that Roger Corman's ever had on a movie, and it's going to be a Marvel, and we're going to be superstars. And then I didn't even recognize one of them. None of them.
Except one being Robert Culp's son,
Yeah.
which was so cool.
Yeah, but don't know him from
We
Adam.
know him.
Jay
Somebody else was somebody else's son.
Underwood was big in the 80s,
Yeah.
kind of.
Sort of. Not
Okay,
really.
good. Well, I
I
didn't,
recognize him right away.
Yeah.
The name, yeah.
yeah, I didn't recognize any of them. And the director, Ali something or other,
Ali Sassoon.
yeah, perfectly summed it up at the end of the movie, and he said, "Forget about it, Jake. It's Chinatown."
Yep.
Perfectly summed it up, and brings it back to our movie thing. Okay, and then I watched the movie, but this cracked me up because it said, in its opening credits, it said special video effects by Optic Nerve. It made me think of Monster Inc. Billy Crystal. Well, Optic Nerve.
It said Noive?
Yeah, Nerve. Well, it said Nerve, but
Nerve.
I thought Billy Crystal saying Optic Nerve
Oh, I totally
in
forgot that
Monsters Inc.
movie.
Yeah.
was the title. Did you watch the movie?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I did it the right
Now-
way and watched the movie first, then the documentary.
How was that the right way?
Because now you know what they're talking about.
Joel,
Frank.
in the comic books, did the Fantastic Four know each other in college, or was this a conceit for this movie?
No, it's as cheesy as the movie is, it's relatively faithful to a lot of the comic book stuff.
Are you talking quietly because you don't want to wake up Natasha?
No, she's over there. She's
Oh.
sewing or
Okay.
something.
And did I hear right? They filmed the movie in 3 weeks?
No, it took them a little longer than that, but not
Oh,
by much.
I thought it was.
I feel like they said it was done at the end of January or early February,
Yeah,
and they only started like December
they started
28th.
in December and they were done like sometime in February. So I mean, it still went pretty fast.
5 weeks,
For no-
maybe?
yeah, for a no budget film.
And here we also got to see Sue's mom, which was funny. And she said, "Look at you, Fantastic Four." That's where they got their name, I guess.
Somebody had to say it at some point.
All right. And that first villain actually looked like Witchy Poo from HR Puff and stuff with that makeup on his face.
Oh God, that was awful.
The
But
jeweler.
I thought the Thing suit was pretty decent.
Yeah, for a no budget film,
But the tone, the henchmen were like cartoon characters.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
what's going on there? And Doctor Doom, okay, great, but when he had the mask on, his voice was like this. You can't understand. It's like, wait, why did they read his lines? That would have been better.
They he
Because
addressed
they didn't
that
care.
in the documentary.
Yeah,
that-
they said so.
Yeah, they definitely should have dubbed his lines.
But why waste the money on dubbing lines if you're not going to?
Yeah, when you're not going to release it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the movie was beyond cheesy. But again, a very important step in the creation of the Marvel we know and love today. Because if this didn't get done, then Arid Arachmabal, whatever his name is, wouldn't have made the deal with Fox. It all necessary. So I am rating the documentary 2.5 stars. I mean, obviously, if you thought it was more interesting, great. It was an interesting story. Yes. Was it shocking? Not even remotely. I'm like, of course that's Hollywood. Forget about it, Jake. It's Hollywood. So, and as for the movie, there are not stars small enough. Just not. Okay. Mark G,
Oh.
were you interested in the documentary? Was it an interesting watch for you?
I was interested to watch it, even though I had never seen the movie and didn't really care to. especially after rewatching the 2005 and 7 versions that we did 2 weeks ago. I was
And
like,
did you watch 2015?
I saw it when it first came out, but I share Joel's disdain of it, and I just can't watch it. I can't do it again. I have no interest. Here's what I wrote. I truly appreciated the intros for everybody at the start, but it was so fast that I immediately forgot everyone except Jay Underwood. I am
Yeah,
glad
I
they went
wish they
back.
would have kept putting their names like over
I
They
there.
thought
did.
that through the whole documentary because I
Yeah, I'm
thought the
like,
same
which
thing
one
with
is
the
this
Billy
now?
Joel documentary. Like, who is this person? We need a reminder.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, they did do it though a few times. Like I remember
Yeah.
them putting back the director and saying director. I was like, okay, that's right. Whatever. Um, I wrote in here. I don't know how to rate doc because they tend to be more boring and slow. So do I naturally give them lower ratings or do I scale it? I don't know. But it's obvious that they all got screwed. We knew that going in. I thought it was a little silly with how many times they said this was going to be their big break, and then why wasn't this movie released? Like, what's going on? It was like I think Frank, you said it. You didn't need to hear everybody say the same thing over and over
yeah,
again.
it was repetitive for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it
Um,
was a myth. Oh, I just don't want to forget.
Go ahead,
go
go
ahead,
I
go
think it
ahead.
was a miss that they didn't tell us what their salaries were.
ahead.
I mean, that's what a documentary is for, to really tell you
Tell
everything.
you, yeah.
They all got a buck 380.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
To me, it sounded like they weren't screwed from the beginning, right? Or were they? That the deal that they did with Fox was that done before they even started shooting?
No, I think the Fox
No.
deal came afterwards. It's not that they didn't know they were screwed from the beginning.
Yeah,
Right. That's what I got.
but I mean, I certainly was a little suspicious when Roger Corman's company was like, "Oh yeah, we can't pay for a promotional tour,"
Yes.
and
Well,
then they went and
by
did it
that point, I
themselves.
don't think I don't think Roger Corman knew until much later in the
Yeah,
production phase that
yeah.
things
And
were
then he took the money, and I get it.
right.
Yeah, that's the way I saw it as well. All right. I do love that there were lots of bootleg copies because the fans are awesome and wouldn't be denied. I
Oh wait,
appreciate.
yo, on that note, Joel, where's the bootleg version of Batgirl? I want to see it.
And I agree with you. My thinking on that is with Fantastic Four from the 90s, they were able to sneak an answer
Right.
print out at one
Yeah.
point. The problem I understand with Batgirl is that it's all digital. That
Yes, of
there's
course.
no answer print or anything like
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
Warner Brothers basically just put a lock on everything and either deleted it in the tax write-off or vaulted it in some way that you're gonna
Yeah.
need like big
Oh, I'm
balls
sure
nose to get through to it.
they must have kept it. I can't imagine
I'm
they
sure it's
did.
somewhere, but
Yeah.
it's not. There isn't a copy of it out in the
No
wild.
way to pirate it. You
Yeah,
need somebody inside, on the inside.
correct. And it may eventually happen, but it'll be a while.
Yeah. Sorry,
Uh,
Mark.
it's okay.
I sidetracked you there. Go ahead.
I did feel bad for all of them, but I really did appreciate that they all stood by the film and wanted it to succeed, and they still stand by their work to this day. I like that. I didn't watch the actual movie. I was fantastic for it out. I'm going with 2.5 stars as well.
Yeah. Annie King, no documentaries on the list for you.
I just don't know how, like, what criteria to rate them on, really.
Well, I
How much
mean,
you
how
enjoyed it.
interesting it was, how well done it was.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm trying to
Okay.
compare it because was the Billy Joel thing a documentary?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Of
sure.
course.
Right. So
But
I
that
really,
I think you had a larger interest in. So because
right.
it's more interesting, you were more interested to begin with, it was more interesting to you.
So it has to be on a topic that I want to know about.
Yeah, of course. But sometimes there are documentaries. I'm like, why do I want to see a documentary about an octopus? I don't. But that
But
my
it was
octopus teacher
fabulous.
Right.
was
It's
brilliant.
why do you
interesting.
want to watch a 9-hour documentary in French about the Holocaust?
Well, it was on my Franken list, so I had
Yes,
to watch
but
Sure, sure.
you watched it because of that, and it's a great movie.
it. It is a great movie, and I would never have watched it.
Yeah,
So yeah. So
sure.
so if
Okay.
it was
Well,
a great documentary, the topic wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
But in this case,
Like a movie. Like a movie.
Yeah.
yeah. But in this case,
right. Okay.
this was the
So,
argument I had with Barry Hattrick this week because he's like, I'm not going to watch something I'm not interested in. I'm like, that's why I'm doing this Franken list because I'm watching movies I think I won't be interested in, and then some of them turn out to be great.
Yeah.
The best years of our lives, right, Mark?
There you go.
Yeah, you black and white, 1940s, like 3 hours long. I'm like, why am I watching that?
Yeah.
But it's a great
And
movie.
then you go, why am I not watching this again?
Right.
I don't think he's saying that, but okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it was kind of interesting. I felt bad for them, and they were all they all put so much of themselves into it. They were really thinking this was going somewhere. So that was interesting. But other than that, it was just okay. I did actually watch the movie, the 1994 movie, and I didn't. It was terrible in filmmaking.
Yeah, it was more along the lines of a TV movie version of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Because of the
definitely.
budget.
yeah,
For
the budget for
for
sure.
what it was, I thought it was decent. I thought like even the sets and stuff were kind of, like cool, and um I like the movie better than the documentary. So
Which order did you watch them
I watched the documentary first,
in?
but
Yeah,
then
I
when it
did too.
happened in the movie, I was like, oh yes, this is what they were talking about.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Amy, the exact opposite thing.
Yeah,
So we watched the documentary and then we're like, oh, okay, when we saw it in the movie.
right. Like the parts where his voice wasn't muffled or whatever
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I thought it was pretty decent. I mean, I don't read the comics, but I thought it like gelled with a lot of the other, we watch
Yeah,
on Fantastic Four.
yeah.
So, all right,
Oh,
2.5
so
then
was
for the
yeah,
documentary.
was Joel was the Witchy Pooh character from the
No,
comic books too, I assume, yeah.
The jeweler.
no, the jeweler is not a character in the comic books.
Oh,
They
so they made
created
him
him
up.
for the movie because they could not legally use Mole Man, which is
Oh
who they
man.
wanted to use.
Oh, so this was their
Yeah, it was a Mole
rip
Man
off
thing.
of Mole Man. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Go fuck.
All those people, I couldn't believe them, believe it. They were like real mental patients that lived on the streets of New York. It was, I was like, "Ooh," when I first saw the jeweler guy, not realizing he had makeup on. I'm like, okay, this is the ugliest person I've ever seen. And he's dressed like a Borg. I didn't even realize that was one of those eyeglass things. Oh,
Jeweler
Jeweler,
loop.
Yeah, jeweler.
what?
A jeweler's loop.
Yeah,
Loop,
yeah, okay.
loop.
Loop. Yeah.
Danny has one of those, I assume.
She knows from Fabricant.
Sure.
So the reason I watched the movie first, like I said, I would understand it more. I figured it would make it more interesting to listen to them going on and on about something now that I've seen it. So I preferred watching it the way I did. And can I just say one part about the movie that I wrote in my notes? And Joel,
Sure.
tell me if this is true. The line, I re-recorded the line. I said, our worst character defects are our greatest strength. And that explains why each one of them has their specific strength. Stretched too thin.
Yes.
She's shy, so she goes invisible. He's hot-tempered, so he goes on fire. And Ben relies on strength more than brains.
Yes.
I thought that was the best part of the movie. I would give it an extra half star just because of that. I assume that's all true. And this is the first time we ever heard that out of
I,
all the
Yeah,
five
yeah,
movies we watched.
I
yeah.
think it's one of those things that was probably subtext from the comic books that they pulled up. I don't remember it specifically being stated that way in the comic books, but it's
Yeah.
definitely, you know, it's an obvious thing once you pick up on it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
other,
that was definitely a great addition.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
just the
definitely.
line he said about it was like, oh my God, that's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I have
Yeah,
nothing really to.
and Mr. Fantastic really has nothing. Like his parts are so not interesting.
I agree. Who cares?
Yeah.
And the waving
Except when
like
it's
one of those
Pedro
things outside of
Pascal.
a car dealership with his arm. Oh my God. I know I'm talking about the movie too much, but then when Doctor Doom, you only saw him from like here up, and he was like doing sign language for everything he was saying. I was like, what is he doing? All the acting all across the board was terrible. But anyway, back to the documentary. It was okay. I'll just go with the same 2.5 stars as you guys. I love documentaries. I love nonfiction books, but it was too long. They did say the same things over and over again, and that is all.
But
And I'll
and
give
it definitely was heartbreaking that everybody thought they were on the precipice of something amazing, and then
Oh, of
nothing.
course, of course. It's just
Heartbreaking.
horrible, especially for the actors.
Yeah.
Just horrible, horrible. And I will give the actual movie 1 3/4 stars because I compared it all throughout to Superman 4, which I gave 1.5 stars in my head.
It is a
And
better.
this was better than Superman 4
It is a better
Wow.
movie than Superman.
because I can appreciate the fact that they did this on $1 million budget in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
for that, they did a fine job.
Yeah.
Yes, I was
And,
giving it a 2.25 star for the
That's a
movie.
lot.
and the earnestness of it.
Hmm.
They all were in it for good reasons.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
great. Joel,
I don't really have
as
much.
documentaries go,
As documentaries go, I kind of agree with everybody. It's more of a expanded featurette that you'd find on a DVD than it is an
yes,
actual
yes,
documentary.
yes,
It does
absolutely.
it does run a little on the line, and even at just barely an hour and a half, it probably runs at least 20 minutes too long. Um,
Right.
with the repetitiveness of all of it. But as I said, I agree with everybody. It's you feel bad for these people. They really.
But I was thinking like if it had been like in the way of, like what, like, like a 48 hours kind of documentary thing where they set you up that first half hour and then comes the big reveal of, it didn't have that kind of pacing.
Yeah,
Like
no,
it was right up front. It was like you didn't believe all of this, and then they twisted it on you and been like, yeah, it was never going to be released. Then it would have been a little more drama.
it was a little too
A little
narrative.
straightforward.
Yeah, it was too linear in its
Yeah.
narrative,
Linear.
which is fine, but that's just fine. It's not
All
going to
right,
make.
Joe, let's re-edit it and make it more interesting.
Yeah, why bother at this point? They've been through enough. I think the cool thing is that the current movie did honor them with a cameo
Yeah.
Yes, that
that
was very fun.
make an appearance,
Very
Amazing.
fun.
Which
which
I never would have known after seeing it until I read it.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, no, I had no idea, but I did see pictures of them at the premiere.
yeah,
And
yeah,
they were all four of them were together, and
exactly, and
no Dr. Von Doom's in sight, but the four of them.
yeah, which was nice.
Yeah, that was very fun.
I'm going to agree with everybody that as a
But
documentary.
why didn't they invite the Fantastic Four from the 2015 version?
Ian Grufford was there.
Was he?
Yeah.
No, that's the 2005 version.
Oh, the
He's saying
2015 version.
You're saying Miles Teller and Michael B. Jordan.
We don't talk
Yeah.
about
They didn't
2015.
come.
Admittedly, they are not the problem with the film.
I didn't hate the 2015 one.
Good for you, Annie.
Yeah.
We're never talking to you again now, but good for you.
Yeah.
Now I
didn't
need
hate
to watch this already.
Yeah, Joel and Mark both hated it.
It is an abomination in comparison.
It's no Superman 4. Come on.
It's worse. Superman 4 at
But
least there was an earnestness behind what Christopher Reeve wanted to do with the script.
Right.
The 2015 Fantastic Four, there is nothing there other than a cash grab by Fox and people who had claimed to have read
maybe
the
they had
comics.
to retain the rights.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but then they should have
But
kept.
but I didn't see obviously 2015, but did they just throw away the comic book and do whatever they want? Is that the
Yes,
problem?
it
Oh,
very much feels like, we're going to take name. It's like the Bond movies where they took the title of Ian Fleming's
just the title.
the
Yeah.
characters and rewrote everything else that was involved.
Some Bond movies didn't even
And
use the right characters.
Yeah,
to me, Joel, the superhero posing in there was over the top.
Yeah.
I hated. That's what ruined it for me.
Oh, it's to me, it's like the characterization of Doctor Doom is horrible.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the fans got up in arms about the whole Sue and Johnny being, different races kind of thing. That doesn't bother me. It was not a
No,
big
that wasn't a problem.
As I said, it was the rest of the film that was just, anyway.
All right, back to our documentary.
Yeah, back to our documentary. I'm going to agree with everybody. It's a 2.5 documentary. I was going to try and watch the film again. I've actually seen it a couple of times over the years. It's a goofy bit of cheese to me, and I enjoy it for that. I was going to watch it again because I haven't seen it in about a decade, but I just didn't get a chance to before this. But I would say it's probably about a 2-star movie. May even be slightly better than the bad '80s, late '80s, early '90s version of Captain America that came out. So.
In the ranking of things.
Yeah, it's and that's a hoot and a half to watch. I actually just got a director's cut of that I'm curious to sit down and torture.
See, some nerd thought they can get life out of a director's cut of that movie.
Exactly.
Let's recut Doomed. All right, that's it for us. So everybody agreed. It's interesting if you're into the MCU comic books, Fantastic Four specifically, to see this version that was never released, but obviously is available to watch. And then how they broke everybody's hearts on the movie. Okay, that's it. The Doomed, the Untold Story of Roger Corman's Fantastic Four is actually on Prime. You could watch it there. And so next week we are actually watching a movie from 2025, in an effort to keep as current as we get. Sinners, Michael B. Jordan. That's on.
You mean Johnny Storm?
Johnny Storm from
right, one of our Johnny Storms, and that is on HBO Max. So I'm Frank Gaffney. Watch a movie or be a part of one.
And also
have some popcorn.
I was waiting for this time.
We're gonna have to fix this at some point.
Oh my God, it was
We
such
gotta
a
practice.
I forgot what I was
gotta
supposed to
rehearse.
say.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to rehearse one.
Meanwhile, the balcony's closed.